Hey everyone, I wanted to do this quick start video for you so you can get started to trade. But I have some good and bad news for you. The bad news is I'm not at the office, so I don't have my Magic Stick with me. But the good news is I can walk you through this process and kind of give you more of a visual understanding of what to do. So if you like the charts the way it is, like this, I'm just going to show you the properties. All you have to do is right click and go to properties, and you can change these colors the way you want to. Some people think that this is too bright for them, and some people just like it, like the way it is. And then the common area, what you want to do is make sure that these are check marked the way it is. So if you need to pause this video, that's fine. Just make sure that if you have a clean chart and say OK. And what you want to do is once you have it the way you want to, you can right click right here. Excuse me. Go to Save Template, and then save whatever name you want to use. Okay, so if you put save, you can name it whatever. So I name it clean to work with a really clean chart, meaning that I don't have any indicators. I'm just looking at something just completely white and red. Okay. Some of you can actually create a template having Magic Stick already embedded in it, and that's great. It's just quicker access for you guys. And on the top right hand side, in order to use the expert advisors, make sure you drag and drop it from the navigator folder. So you go to expert, drag and drop, and then there'll be a little smiley face. Oh, excuse me about that. There'll be a little smiley face right here. It says Magic Stick. If it doesn't smile, then you probably make sure that the settings are right. So auto trading, click on that. Tools, go to options. Make sure in the expert that these are clicked the way they are right here. So you can pause the video to make sure that they're in alignment of yours. I'm just going to do like throw in the MACD just to give you an example here. Okay, you want to make sure that these are set the way they are. Okay, so once that's done, then you'll have that smiley face and you're ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this. So that's kind of how you get set up and started with just having a clean chart. And I'm kind of mixing this with a lesson and as well as how to use Magic Stick. Okay, so let's talk about support and resistance. Resistance is at the top. That's where the market has a turnaround point. Market comes up really quickly, gets rejected really quickly. And here's a support level where the market came down really quickly, rejected, turn around. And here's your resistance here and support right here. Okay, so you only want to have like 4 lines. You can get really tedious and it just looks really too many lines. Okay, so look at the majors: the high, the low, the high, the low. So how to work this system? Okay, Magic Stick. So here you see that the turnaround point. So you have this time frame right here, this amount of time to put in the command sell break. Okay, I'm going to put sell break. Okay, if the price has surpassed it already, then the sell break command won't work. Or it may even place a trade, but it just won't work the way it's supposed to. Okay, so the whole idea is to look at price itself and look for breaks surpassing that price. Okay, so in order for this to happen, is you're looking for price to be above the line first, then you put the sell break command in, and then once it breaks, so on this candlestick or even this candlestick, is where it would enter the trade for you. Okay, because this could happen when you're sleeping right here or at work or whatever your schedule's like. Okay, so break your entry point. Okay, and this indicator I gave you shows you this long tail. So you could have your stop loss above this swing high that it creates like this, or even 50% of this candlestick right here. Because here's your break. Typically the market comes back and retests, which it does a little bit. Okay, we can get more tedious. As you can see, it barely retests it. Can't break that price, and then it breaks this minor low right here and breaks out. But you can see how direct that is. I would have probably taken profits at this previous low right here because this might have been a turnaround point. Okay, so support and resistance, very simple. So that's kind of the idea of how a sell break command works. Okay, same thing right here. Here's support. The breaking candle would have been this candle. So I got in a little bit, but I'm breaking even because I'm looking for this market to pull back. and I'm looking for a possible better entry point, okay, for this situation. So let's talk about buy breaks and how that works. Well, first off, I'm just going to pull this chart back. In order for a buy break to work properly, as you see resistance here, here's your turnaround point. So you have this information as well as this information. So you have this much time. So once you have this rejection point and it comes down like this, then you have this time right here to put in the command buy break. Okay, and then so make sure that Magic Stick's on like a VPS server. If you need help or need to know what a VPS server is, you can contact our VPS department. They can assist you with that. It's basically having a computer run 24/7 for you. So if your computer falls asleep or you don't have internet connection because there's a storm, then Magic Stick will still work for you. Okay, so here's your breaking candle. Let's go back to this. There's resistance, comes down. You have this much time for the market to make a decision. Either it's going to come like this and then break downwards and probably go back down to this support and resistance level right here. In this case scenario, it breaks upwards. This would be your breaking candle. Okay, some people just love breaks. So that would be your entry point. Your stop loss could be behind this candlestick right here, or even this small swing point. You can see how it kind of indents and pushes up. That's where I would probably put my stop loss and make sure my take profit's pretty big. Okay, so you have a break. You can see the market retests exactly at that resistance breakout. Okay, and then some people would add positions just because of their way of trade. So some people like this high. Okay, in order for this buy break to work, price must not be above it first. It must be below this first. So you have this window right here in order for this buy break command to work. Here's your buy break. In this case scenario, I'll probably put my stop loss, behind this little low right here. You see the market kind of retest this general area here. Okay, kind of hugging these prices. And then we're creating more higher highs and higher lows. So here's your entry point again. You have resistance and resistance, so you have this window right here for this buy break to work, and then here's your buy. Okay, pretty simple stuff, right? Okay, I'm going to clean this chart off. I'm going to show you how trend lines work. Trend lines are pretty simple. What you're looking for is a low and a higher low. So like right here, typically you want bodies and wicks. So you can see that this one right here fits really well. Like you can see that price is hugging it. So it dings off the trend line right here with this little tail, body, tail, body, tail, body. So this is a beautiful trend line. So some people, the way they like to trade is with just trend lines. We'll just do that first. So here's a trend line break. In order for a sell break command to work, in this case scenario, is you're waiting for the break of this trend line right here. This would be the break. Price must be above this area first. So you have this time right here to put in this trend line. Then you type in the command sell break. And so sometimes you're not paying attention to the charts, or you're just not around, or you're not able to hug your charts all the time. This would be the breakout. This would be the breaking candle. That would be your entry point. You can put your stop loss right here. Like I said, that cool indicator I sent you will notify you with these kind of candlesticks right here. You can keep your stop loss there. Here's your breakout, your retest, your engulfing pattern, and this thing just drops. Okay, now how does a buy break command work? Well, very simple. Buy break is something that you see a trend like this that you fit really well. Price must not be above it. It must be below it. So you have this much time right here. So you have these 2 points, 3 points of respect. So you see it ding off that price. I mean, this is a 4-hour time frame too. So this is like about 2 days. But some people just depending on your schedule, you know, some people work 80 hours a week, so they're not able to see this chart. This would be the buy break candlestick right here. It'd break out. You may be able to look at your charts for a little bit, so you have time to put your stop loss to break even, or let this thing take off and make you some pips right there. Okay. So how does the sell break command work? Again, okay, price must be above the line. Trend lines are usually about 45-degree angle. You can see it hug once, twice. So you have 1, 2, 3, and then it breaks. So 3 points of respect. Break, closing candle, entry point, stop loss above this swing high. You had this much time to draw this line here, about 1 or 2 days. Here's your breakout, pull back, kind of a retest. And then again, you could have this be your trend line, this point and this point, another breaking candle, because you see a market push down, push up. Like I said, this is the time frame that you have in order for you to draw that line. Your breaking candle, your entry point there, your take profit where it's at. So let's see, you know, kind of an idea of, you know, if you did the buy break here, sell break, and you just took some profits, you don't get greedy, you just, you know, let it run for maybe, if you use the 4-hour time frame, you can let it run for maybe a day or two and just check on your charts and take some of these trades. This is within like this last month. It's about 1 day, 2 day, 3, 4, 5, yeah, about 3 weeks or so, 3 to 4 weeks. So with just these trades alone, let's see how much profit we could have possibly taken. We've probably taken maybe 100 pips on that one, 60 pips on that one, so 100, 60, and that one 80 maybe. So probably like 240. I'm just rounding that up in my head. 240 pips just on one currency pair. Okay, so there was only like 4 or 5 really obvious trade opportunities that you could have taken advantage of, but that's 240 pips on one chart for you. So this is just a quick video of just like, you know, the idea of trend lines and support and resistance, how to use a sell break, and kind of the ideas. We'll go into more details of stop loss and take profit rules, but hopefully this video gets you set up and start trading. Alright guys, take care.